That means we are ready to go. We're doing 30 seconds, 30 minutes of live side split stretching starting right now. And we do this every single day to build consistency, hopefully, to have a bunch of regulars that keep coming in with the same goal of building their side splits so that we build a community and make a little bit of progress towards our side split goals. All right, I'm going to swipe away all of the random shenanigans that appear on the screen and get ready to start our side splits. We're going to do warm up first, and I recommend you just do a little bit of movement before we get started. Doesn't matter what it is. You can wiggle your arms, you can walk in place, you can do some hopping and skipping, jumping jacks if you'd like. Just get a tiny little bit of blood flow for 20-ish seconds. All right, I like to do this thing where I sort of just shake my arms out and they look weird and wiggly and wobbly. And you do whatever works for you. Okay. The first warm up exercise we're going to do is called the hip car. What we're going to do is we're going to move our leg through the full range of motion available to us at our hips using just muscle power. Okay. The reason why we do this is we want to strengthen the muscles, the really, really weak muscles, because they're at the end range of motion where you never train, and give you better control of your body and make sure that you don't lose that range of motion as you age and spend more and more time with less and less movement. All right. That sentence felt like it didn't make any sense because I used more and more and less all in the same sentence. Seems crazy. Let me try that again. We are doing hip cars and we're going to lift that knee as high as possible. Open up that hip as wide as possible. Rotate the leg so that the ankle and the knee are as high as possible. Then bring the leg down and back. Working on the hamstring, the glutes, flex them so that you're feeling a little bit of a stretch in the front of your hip. Okay, we're going to do that 10 times. That was one. Now it's two. Ooh, I'm a little bit off balance. If you are off balance, because this leg is moving so much and in so many directions around your body, feel free to grab a stool or something to help you balance. And I said stool because I was looking at one, but what I really mean is anything high enough for you to stick your arm out and give yourself a little bit of balance. I'm not actually holding on to anything because I'm too far from a wall, but I'm gonna stick my arm out like this to help me counterbalance. Think a comment just came in, so I'm gonna come over and check in just a second. 9, 10. All right. I'm Keith Casey. Hi, sir. Born to dance. Welcome. Oh, wait, is that part of your name? Oh, nice to meet you, Born to Dance. We're doing 30 minutes of live side split stretching. We're doing a warm up right now, and mostly where it's called hip cars. We're just moving our hips through their full range of motion using your own muscles so that you can stay strong with those hips and hopefully get your blood pumping a little bit, get your body sweating a little bit before we get into the actual stretches for the side split. All right. Whew. All right. If you're just joining in, we're doing hip cars and they look like this. High knee, open up the hip as wide as you can. Rotate the legs so that your knee and ankle are as high as they can be. And then bring the leg down and back. Flex your hamstrings, flex your glutes. I'm going to show it to you from the side. High knee, open up the hip as wide as you can. Rotate that leg so the knee and the ankle are as high as possible. Then bring the leg down and back so that the knee is behind the standing leg. Your glute is flexed, your hamstring is flexed, and you feel a little bit of a stretch in that front leg. All right. We've done a whole bunch of these already. I'm going to just keep going. 7, 8. Whoa, I'm off balance. 9 and 10. One of the crazy things that happens when I spend a little bit more time doing demonstrations is that the leg I stand on when I'm doing them gets tired faster than the other leg. Oh, I just wanted something like this before some choreography session. That's awesome. I hope you enjoy dance class. I don't know how much time you have to get prepared, but we're doing hip cars. So we just did in the forward direction. Let's do them in reverse. What that looks like is we're gonna bring that leg down and back, flex the hamstring, flex the glutes, feel that stretch in the hip flexor in the front. I'm gonna show you it at a diagonal. and then lift that leg up as high as you can to the side directly, like you're about to kick somebody in a martial arts movie. Then from here, rotate the hip, rotate the leg so that the ankle comes down, and bring the knee to your front. I'm going to spin my body so I can show you what to the front means. All right. Cool. We're going to do that 10 times on each leg. Let's go. Back, side, ankle, knee, 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 back, side, ankle, knee. I think that's 7, 8, 9. Wow, my legs are super tired. Like right here, the front of the shin and tibialis muscle. I don't know what's going on. All right, let's switch to the other side. Back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee, back, side, ankle, knee. I think that's 5. Let's go 5 more. 7, 8, 9, and 10. I think a lot of comments popped in. Hi, Darius. Thank you, Born to Dance. I appreciate the compliment. Hip hop. Sweet. All right. We just did our first warm up exercise, which is the hip cars. We're moving into the second warm up. And it's all about the hamstrings. All right. So let's fold into this L shape. If you're a little bit higher up and you can't get quite as down, that's totally okay. We're very beginner friendly here. Try to bring your belly button down to the ground. I say belly button because your head and your chest, they can do all sorts of things, right? And your belly, your belly button never moved. So when I say belly button, what I mean is your low back, but it's easier to think about your belly button because that's more familiar to everybody than controlling the low back and doing stuff. All right. From here, you should already feel a little bit of a stretch in your hamstrings. And we can do a whole bunch of things. You can just hang out and shake from side to side and see what else gets stretched and starts feeling tight. I have been doing a lot of lower body exercise, and I feel a huge stretch in my obliques over here, as well as my hamstrings. And when I go really deep to either side when I'm wiggling, and I know it looks a little bit weird. I don't really have a name for this. But as I'm doing this deep wiggling, I'm feeling a stretch in that glute. And this is just a warm up, right? We're just trying to get the body prepared. And if you notice that you have some discomfort, you notice that there's something a little bit weird on one side of your body while you're warming up, you know to take better care of yourself when you're doing something more explosive and a little bit more fun, maybe like hip hop, when you're doing big powerful hitting moves, you might want to be careful of that shoulder or whatever it is that needs to move. Right now, my lower body is super sore. So I probably wouldn't immediately drop into a side split because I feel like it would hurt a lot. All right. From here in the elephant walk, we are going to do two things. Try to lift your arms up in front of you and feel how much harder it is to stay in this position, how much more pressure you're feeling bring your body down. Okay. I want you to know about this because that's leverage. And even though it's just, I don't know, a couple pounds of weight, a handful of kilos, feels like way more pressure bringing you down when you have your arms out in front of you. That's a basic principle we're going to use across all of these stretches that we do. And I'm introducing it here because it's an easy place to introduce it. All right, next up, we're bending one knee, straightening the other leg. I'm going to keep hanging out in that bent over position. Now you should feel the hamstring stretch change a little bit. Okay. From here, you can choose to stick your arms out and see if you can get yourself real deep into a nice deep stretch, or you can bring your arms to your chest and just hang out and relax a little bit. We just want to make sure our hamstrings are nice and warmed up for the stretches to come. The first stretch is going to be an intense hamstring stretch, and I'll show you how to make it feel really intense because I know for me that for a whole bunch of years when I was running cross country in high school, I was not doing a very good job stretching the hamstring. And I think it's because nobody really taught me how to feel that stretch, and I was just doing it wrong for a long time. So I make it my mission to work on the hamstrings well and give some good guidance there. All right. If you've done a whole bunch of switching from side to side, bending your knee and straightening the knee, try to bring your chest down and your belly button down, and you're starting to feel a sweat, then we're doing the right thing and we're done with this. So let's move on. We're going to the third warm up exercise, and it's called the Cossack Switch. All right. So now we're going to work on the groin and opening up our legs as much as possible and staying strong in a low and deep position. This is still a warm up, so you don't have to do this fast and you can take it nice and easy. We're going to start by opening up our legs nice and wide, maybe two times our hips width, two times chest width, whatever is wider for you. We're going to try and drop all of our weight down to one side. All right. What I want you to notice is my knees are over my toes. Okay. Maybe I have to scoot back for the camera to catch that. My knees are over my toes. Now I want you to keep that position because in general, it is the strongest position for you to be in because your body is hanging out directly above the bone and it's just stacking bones. When if your knee goes out like this, you got some ligaments and tendons holding up a lot of your body weight and puts a lot of pressure on your knees. All right. So try to keep your shin bone straight. And that can look like a whole bunch of different things. For example, right now, I can face you like this, but I can also rotate my hip all the way around 90 degrees, and my knee is still over my shin. So feel free to experiment with that. All right. Let's hang out on this side. Get as deep as you can. I know from this camera angle, maybe I'm at a diagonal and the leg doesn't look like the knee is over the toes, but I promise it is. And I want you to just hang out here for a little bit. You might feel an intense stretch on your adductors, the inner thighs. You might feel a little bit of a stretch in the outer thighs because maybe you're not used to having your leg rotate this way. So feel free to move and just get used to this position because this is the first rep. We're gonna do five of these. And after the first one, we're gonna not spend nearly this much time in this position. This is just to get your hips used to it and also to give me a chance to talk about the different positions so you have time to adjust. All right. From here, let's try to keep our hips as low as possible and come all the way across and mirror that original position, but on the other side. All right. You should feel that stretch in your ankle as you put pressure on it. You might notice that if you, oh, I'm falling backwards. If you put a lot of pressure forward, your ankle might come up. If your ankle comes up, you're really sorry, if your heel comes up, you're using a lot of muscle in your ankle to try and keep you positioned, and you might start wiggling a little bit. If you're feeling unstable, just come out of that position and have your feet back on the ground. All right, that's it. We're hanging out here. This is the Cossack switch. All right, that was rep number one. We've hung out in this position for quite a bit. Let's keep moving. There's the warm up. We're supposed to sweat a little bit, and let's get the reps in. We're gonna do five side to sides, and if you can't keep your butt super low, you can feel free to come on up and then down. And if that's a struggle, you can try some squatting from side to side, or you can do a combination of that with your hands on the ground. Okay, whatever it takes to support yourself and help you move a little bit better. Okay, I think I've done five. I hope you've done five because that means we're done with our warm up exercises. Oh, okay. Oh, we got a bunch of people still on. Awesome. If I can't see any of the information on my phone from all the way over here. So if you have not introduced yourself in the chat, feel free to do that. We're trying to build a little bit of a community here, and it's really helpful when you see the same people working together, participating, trying to get, trying to get, trying to make progress in their side split goals. So I hope you guys support each other as well as me because you're coming and saying hi to me. All right, we're ready for the first stretch. The first stretch that we're going to do is the hamstring stretch. I recommend, if this is the first time really getting into it, that you stand up straight and start by taking a nice big step forward with the leg you want to stretch. All right. From here, I want you to focus on your hips and try to bring them as far back as you can so that your upper body is almost straight. If you're a little bit higher up here because you don't have that much flexibility, that's totally okay. We just want to focus on trying to get to horizontal. All right. And you can always adjust the position of the leg to help you get horizontal. Horizontal is important for the same reason that sticking our arms out makes the stretch feel more intense. All right. The more horizontal our upper body is, the more pressure gravity is helping with, and the more intensity we'll feel in that stretch. So if you can only just barely hit 90 degrees like this, great. If you can take a tiny step forward and get to here, awesome. If you can somehow get even deeper or even more crazy so that your hip is going way far out, awesome. Congratulations. If you are really, 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 really good, you can drop down to one knee and try and get to horizontal again from here. I'm pretty sure I look like I'm close, maybe in my upper body because my whole back is bent. But if I were to straighten out my back, um, I'm up here at an angle. Okay. So the reason why I tell you to do it from standing is because we want this horizontal line in the upper body. Okay. This is how you feel that really intense hamstring stretch. And I want to show this to you because once you know how intense the hamstring stretch can be with just your body weight, you know when you have a bad hamstring stretch or a good hamstring stretch. And I shouldn't use the word good and bad because any stretch is good. But um, this is where you discover how intense you can have your hamstring stretch. All right. So from here, same thing. You can lift your arms up and see if that gets way more intense. I'm already struggling to talk, so yes, it's way more intense. And if you are tired of being in that position, you're kind of uncomfortable being upside down, all of those things that make that particular standing version of the stretch difficult, you can drop back down into the knee. You can stick the leg out, and you can try your best to feel that same amount of stretch as before, but in this position. This position, it's harder. You need way more flexibility to get your back to be as low as before. So the intensity of the stretch should be a little bit less, but this is a safer version of the stretch because you're lower to the ground. You can hold yourself on either side to keep balance, and it's a little bit more comfortable to get into. Okay. All right. That's a ton of explanation and talking about things. I hope it was useful. Let's get going with the actual stretch. Once you're really feeling the intense stretch, try to bring your belly button down to your thigh. Or bring if you're really close to the thigh already, try to bring your belly button down to the ground. Some crazy level of pushing your chest down, your belly button down. From here, we're gonna hold for 30 seconds, and that's it. We're done. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. Remember to breathe. I know if it's painful, it's hard to remember to breathe. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, come on up out of that stretch. Oh man. I probably spent way too long talking and explaining these random details that realistically you probably didn't need to feel a really good stretch, but I hope the information is really useful and you can remember it for your future stretching sessions. Anytime you do anything forward folding, trying to feel a stretch, you want gravity to work as much for you as possible. And especially if you're a beginner, most of the time you can get gravity to work harder for you. And sometimes you have to be a little bit creative about how you get into the right body position to get gravity to work for you. All right. Same thing. Let's get directly into this stretch. You don't have to do it standing if you don't want to. But if you want to make sure you feel the most intense stretch possible, I guess you can start standing and then try and replicate that feeling kneeling. All right. Once you are in position, take a deep breath. On the exhale of that breath, try and relax and see if you can get a little bit deeper into the stretch. Usually I can get a bit more the first two or three breaths, and then after that, I'm finally done. All right. From here, belly button to the thigh, belly button to the ground, 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh man. All right. Come out of that stretch. Walk around, dance, do a little wiggle, shake out the legs, do something. Because I'm not gonna lie, because I spent so much time explaining, I feel like those might have been the most intense hamstring stretches that I've done in at least a week or two. My hamstrings are crying. Okay, let's see. Oh, you must all be kind and not rude people. Yeah, yeah. Preferably, if you interact with the community, everybody stays nice and cordial and respectful. I agree. All right. We just finished the first stretch and we're going on to the second stretch. The second stretch is a little bit more chill because you can sit down on your butt and almost kind of sort of relax a little bit, but not really because we're stretching. Okay, so I recommend you get up to a wall and sit right with your back against it. Okay. So I want your hips, your shoulders, your head to be touching the wall. And this helps you do two things. One, it helps you keep a nice straight posture so you don't have to think about it, but it also gives you something to push against to make your stretch more intense. And I'll get to that right now. We're going to pull our feet in together to get into this position. I call it the butterfly. I think I've seen some other people call it some other names. I don't remember what they are, but for future reference, this is a butterfly. And I have a mosquito bite on my ankle that I just touched. Now I can't stop scratching it. That was dumb. All right. What we're going to do here is we're going to try to bring our knees down to the ground. Okay. I want you to start by using the muscles in your outer thighs and your glutes to pull your legs open. What that looks like, I mean, my knees are just going to get closer to the ground. So, oh, okay. I've used my muscles to get them as open as I can get them. So now I want you to take your hands and I want you to apply pressure down into the legs. If you are resting your shoulders and head against the wall, that wall right there will help you apply pressure. Right now, the back of my head is helping me push into my legs. All right. So your legs are being pushed down by your hands. You're flexing your legs, your glutes to pull your knees down into the ground. And that's it. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Remember to breathe and see if you can push a little bit deeper, flex those muscles a little harder. Maybe you can make a little bit more progress. Still 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Oh, let the hands go, and your hips will probably be a little bit tight for a second. And what I recommend is you try to use your muscles to flap the wings of this butterfly. And once your legs are working again, it's time to continue. We've just finished two of our three stretches, and now it is time for stretch number three. We're doing the standing pancake. What the standing pancake looks like is I'm gonna show it to you at a diagonal. We're gonna stand here, open up our legs, and fold forward as much as possible. The goal with the pancake is to go like that, right? Fold in half. Most people can't get there, so we're gonna do the version that gravity gives you the most help doing, because that's the best version for most people, including me. All right. So if you're new to the standing pancake, what I recommend is you get close to that wall so that you can stick your butt into the wall. And if you start falling backwards, the wall will catch you. That'll help keep you safe and that'll help you relax a little bit more when we're doing the stretch. If you feel unsafe, you feel tense, you feel scared, that's not going to help you relax and get into a deep stretch. So we want to do everything we can to help you feel comfortable when we're doing the stretch so that you can get a little bit deeper into the stretch without worry. All right. So let's stand 30 centimeters in front of this wall and open up our hips nice and wide. As soon as it gets uncomfortable here, stop the stretch, maybe even come up a little bit and fold at the hips. Okay, now show it to you from the side. If you've been here since the hamstring stretch or the elephant walk, this will look basically like that, except your legs are open. All right. From here, we have two options. We can have gravity help us, stick our arms out as much as possible, and immediately feel how much more intense this stretch just got. Or you can grab your legs and you can try to pull yourself deeper into a position. And we want to bring your belly button as low to the ground as possible. I know it's really tempting to focus on the head or the chest, but if you focus on the belly button, it will do a better job of pushing your hips down, right? Because in this position, my head can almost touch the floor. My head could be all the way up here. What we want is for our hips to twist and fold as much as possible. Okay, that's enough explanation. Get into the position of your choosing and let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, come on up and out of that stretch. Oh, if you did it right, oh man, my legs are tired. You did that right. You should feel the stretch on your inner thighs because those are the adductor muscles. That's the muscle getting stretched to bring your legs apart. So feel the stretch in your hamstrings. I usually feel them in the really, really top half of the hamstrings and a little bit of the stretch in the glutes themselves. When we do the forward fold, I feel the glutes getting stretched back here and the tops of the hamstrings. Okay, that is number three out of our five stretches. Number four is a little bit more chill. We might get to lie down, and it is called the figure four stretch or the pigeon. The fourth stretch that we do is the number four because we're trying to bring our ankle up across our bodies and we're trying to bring our chest to that leg. All right, it's going to look like this. So we have two options. We can do it on the back. On your back, you have the ability to pull and control exactly how much tension you feel with your own muscles. And the other option is called the pigeon. And basically, you just let your chest drape over that leg and let gravity do most of the work. You can still contract your muscles to bring your chest down, but gravity's doing most of the work. All right, let's demonstrate the laying down version, and then I'll switch to the other side. All right. For the figure four, we're going to take the leg we want to stretch. We're going to bring it across and place it on the opposite knee. Then we're going to reach our hands through, grab that knee, and start pulling it in towards our chest. You should start feeling the stretch out here across the glutes, maybe on the inner thigh, and it just really depends which of your hip muscles is feeling tight. Apply steady pressure. See if you can get your leg closer to your body. And 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, relax that leg and let's switch over. Next up, we're going to do the pigeon. You can keep doing the same version of the stretch that we were just doing. You don't have to switch. I'm just demonstrating both. Same thing, we're going to bring that leg across our bodies and then we're going to extend the other leg back behind us. If this is a difficult position for you because you don't have enough hip flexibility, it's okay. You don't even need to be in it. You just need to be like this. All right. And in this position, this is basically standing or lying down. Okay. Now, keep that leg across your body and try your best to bring your chest and hips down over it. You'll feel the stretch here across the glute and possibly the pressure in the hips, as well as some inner thigh stretch, depending on how much your leg wants to fold in or extend. All right, from here, we're just hanging out. Let gravity do the work. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Zero. All right, come on up and out of that. We are done with the four of our five stretches. It's time for the side splits. If you are having fun enjoying this little workout and explanation, I hope you'll consider hitting follow and subscribe so that you can get notified when we go live and come back so that you can keep doing this with us. I do this every single day for about 30-ish, 40-ish minutes. The more I explain, the longer it goes. The less I explain, the shorter it is. And I hope you had enough fun to consider coming back. All right, let's get into the side splits. Same thing as the standing pancake. If you're newer to this and you're afraid you might fall backwards, if you stand right in front of the wall will catch you and I'll help keep you safe. Next up, we're going to set this up exactly the same as the standing pancake. Let those legs relax into a wide stance. Chill for a second. If it's uncomfortable, fold at the hips. Put your hands down like you're about to do some push ups. All right. When your hands are out in front of you, it takes some of that weight, your body weight, away from your hips and puts it in your arms. That makes it a little bit easier to externally rotate the legs. What that means is your heel is down on the ground, and I'm going to scoot over so I can make sure everybody can see. The heel is on the ground, the toes are up, and the knee is pointing up. Okay, again, heel is down, toes are up, knee is up. When you do this, your hip bones and your leg bones basically get out of the way of each other, and you're able to get into a deeper side split stretch. Some people have naturally different leg or hip bones and they don't need to do this, but I think 99.9% of people need to adjust a little bit to make sure the hip bone and the hip bone and the leg bone don't crash into each other. Okay, I was talking for a while. I hope you've had a chance to adjust your position a little bit. Try to walk your hands back towards your hips so that most of your body weight is in your hips again. And try to do a little bit of a wiggle from side to side to see if you can get deeper into the side split from here. If you are much higher up, like anything like this, that's totally okay. Everybody's got to start somewhere. Um, and you don't have to do the wiggle if you feel like you're stuck. You don't have to walk your hands back if you're stuck. If you're all the way over here, and you're higher up and you feel like that's as much as you can get today, that's a perfect place to be. Okay. All right. I'm going to get back to my most intense version of this stretch. Now I'm suddenly finding maybe my feet are sweaty or something. I'm sticking. So wiggle from side to side a little bit extra to open up the legs. And I'm stuck. All right, let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, crawl your hands forward, bring the legs in, come to standing, and congratulations, you've done your first side split of the day. Wow, my legs are tired. I'm like wobbling all over the place. Shake out the legs, move a little bit. If your hands and fingers are tired from holding up your body weight just now, doing that push up position earlier, shake those out too. Enjoy. I'm the only one who has to look goofy on camera. You guys can look goofy in the privacy of wherever you're at. And it's all good. All right. I like to do a couple of these like hip circles, like I'm doing some hula hooping, because I always feel a weird stretch here on either side of my hip. And then when I do the hula hooping, specifically this to here, I feel a nice stretch there, and that feels good. I'm gonna do a couple of squats because I feel some pressure here on the inner knees when I do the side split. I want to make sure those muscles are all active and engaged. And what else? Everything feels good. All right. We've taken at least 30 seconds to rest and recover from that side split. So it's time to get back into it. Same thing, if you are feeling like you're newer or a little bit off balance, you're not sure of yourself, start 1 foot or 30 centimeters in front of a wall so that if you fall backwards, the wall will catch you. Okay? Let's get into it. Side split, open up the legs as wide as you can. When it gets uncomfortable here at the hips, fold forward, get into this push up position. Externally rotate the legs, which means your heels are down, your toes are up, and your knees are up. Again, heels are down, toes are up, knees are pointing up. Walk your hands back as you open up your leg position as much as possible. Do a little bit of a wiggle from side to side. See if it's just a little bit of friction holding you back from a deeper side split. And once you can no longer get any deeper into your side split, it's time for our 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, come on out of that. Crawl forward on your push up hands. Bring your legs together. Hop if you need to. And let's get back up into our wiggling positions. Shake out those legs, shake out the arms, do a little dance. I sort of wish I learned some TikTok dances to make this. Actually, I mean, it's not TikTok dances. What are they called? Like Fortnite dances, where they like do this thing or something. And I don't know, bad joke. Let's move on. I hope you're shaking out your legs, doing a couple of quick squats, hula hooping, making sure your legs and everything are working as normal. And once you are feeling okay, functional, working, good. Again, it is time for a third and final side split stretch of the evening. With this, we are almost done. If you are just joining in for some reason, and I can't tell because I'm really far away from the phone, I hope you're having fun, and I hope you're enjoying stretching and making progress towards your side split goals. If you are enjoying this time, please consider hitting follow and subscribe, and make sure you get notified for whenever we do these lives. I do this live every single day, and I don't know how long I've been going, but usually about 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago is when we start. All right, final side split. Open up those legs as wide as they can go. When it's uncomfortable in the hips, fold forward and put your hands down. Your hands look like they're in a push up position. They're supporting some of your body weight, and now it makes it easy for you to rotate your legs. I want you to externally rotate the legs so that the heels are down, the toes and the knees are pointing up. I want you to do that on both sides. Toes are up, knees are up, and from here, walk your hands back towards your hips and your legs. If you can get deeper, we'll start sliding further and further apart. I swear my feet are sweaty and sticky or something because I cannot get any further, but I'm going to give one more big wiggle from side to side to see if I get into deeper position. Okay, I think I'm stuck for now. So let's start our final 30-second side split stretch. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. If you're already in position, I want you to try doing a little bit of experimentation. If you've been trying to keep your arms locked this whole time, try relaxing the elbows a little bit, bending the elbows, and see if you feel even more pressure in the hips. Some people need more pressure, and some people need as little pressure at this point as possible. So experiment. I forgot what I counted to. So let's just pretend 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, walk those hands forward. Come on out of that position. I'm pretty sure we held it for a little bit longer than 30 seconds because my legs are extra not working right now. Oh, okay, I'm back to standing. All right, same thing as before. Shake out those legs, do a little wiggle. Ooh, I'm really feeling it today or after that last one. Hula hoop, left side, right side, and knees. Ooh, maybe I need a couple extra of those. Do some mini squats. And when you are feeling relatively back to normal, at least good enough to walk around and do things again, it's time to say goodbye. All right. I hope you all had lots of fun doing some side split stretches with me. And I hope you feel like you made some progress or at least learned a little bit of something about the side splits so that you can go apply it to other stretches that you care about, right? We talked about leverage, extending the arms when you're in this position to help you feel a more intense stretch, pulling down on your hamstrings. We use the arms when we do the standing pancake. We use the arms when we do all sorts of hamstring stretches. So experiment with that. We talked about how if your upper body is horizontal, this is probably where you're going to feel the most help from gravity. And that is what we want, especially when we're beginners, to get as much help as possible. And gravity is always there as your best friend. You don't need any equipment for gravity. Ah, okay, what else did we cover? We made some jokes about side splits and preparing for hip hop class. I think that's it. All right, that's it. We just wrapped up. Oh man, we ran long today. We wrapped up 42 minutes of side split stretching, and we do this every single day to practice consistency, to hopefully build a little bit of community. Thank you everybody for engaging in the chat. Darius 513, Foxy Roxy, Born to Dance. And I hope you had enough fun to consider hitting subscribe or follow and get notified when we come back and do more side split stretching. That's it. I hope you had fun. I hope you felt like you made a little bit of progress. I hope you feel good that you did something challenging, and I hope you come back soon. All right, that's it for me. I'm shutting it off. Thank you, everybody, for coming in, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye bye.